It looked like his wrestling career was done. After an all-terrain cycle accident on Labor Day weekend in 1995 left him with a broken leg, Rider-wrestler Francis Dunn's wrestling career seemed just about over 2 seasons earlier than expected. People who thought he was done, however, did not know Francis Dunn. During the 3-hour ride from Boonton, New Jersey to Atlantic City for the New Jersey State High School Championships, the needling between coaches and teammates centered on where Francis would sleep that night if he lost. "You lose," said Boonton High School coach Oscar Zavala, "and you sleep on the hotel room floor." "I don't lose," Dunn replied, and he didn't at all that year. Dunn capped a dominant season by winning the New Jersey State 140-pound championship with a 5-3 victory in the state finals, finishing the season with a 29-0 mark with only 14 points scored against him all year.
I knew he was a tough kid because, you're a New Jersey State champion, you're tall and skinny like he is, you've got to be a pretty tough kid. He's from North Jersey, he was a tough kid, he had to be tough growing up to defend himself because he had a big brother that was pretty tough on him, and his dad was pretty tough on him. And he was kind of defiant a little bit to authority, in a respectful way, if there is such a thing. But it really helped. That's what made him good.
As a freshman at Rider, he sat out with a knee injury. In 1993-94, he was 8-8 in dual meets, just 12-13 overall. He entered the East Coast Wrestling Association Championship Tournament as the 3rd seed. At the ECWAs, however, he pinned his first opponent, won a 12-3 major decision in the semifinals, and upset the top seed Greg Rosenbaum of Drexel 5-3 in the finals to help Rider win the ECWA Championships held that year at Bucknell University. With the ECWA title, Francis qualified for the NCAA National Championships in North Carolina and earned freshman All-American honors. In 1994-95, Francis went 12-1 in dual meets for the 10-3 Bronx, won all 5 of his ECWA duels, and went 3-0 at the ECWA Championships for his 2nd conference championship and his 2nd trip to the Nationals. After Nationals, he kept working out all summer, preparing for a possible All-American season. Going into the 1995-96 season, Francis was more than just the 2-time national qualifier we had seen on the mat, said Rider head coach Gary Taylor. He had improved so much that following summer that we felt he was going to be a strong contender for All-American honors in 1996. That all changed on Labor Day. The broken femur bone in his left leg in September was not only going to keep him out for the season, but with a rod and pins put in from his hip to his knee, it could possibly end his career. As it turns out, Francis was not done. Withstanding a torturous rehabilitation process, Francis got himself back in shape to help his team win the 1996 ECWA title.
His story is incredible. I tell a lot of people about it, but I don't think I've ever told him how amazing it really and truly was. To be able to do what he did with a rod in his leg from his hip down to his knee is just unreal. And then telling the story is one thing, but being able to watch it and see it and experience it is another. And having to be able to work out with him and watch him go through the struggles and overcome like he did every day, it's amazing. It was something that really inspired me.
He limped out onto the Rider mat for the ECWA Championships to a deafening roar from the Rider crowd, and after losing 8-6 in the semifinals, managed to place 4th in the 150-pound weight class, helping Rider regain the title it lost the year before and collect its 3rd conference championship in 4 years.
Usually it's a coach that inspires the athlete. In Francis's case, it was a good exchange on that. Francis inspired me as much as I did him, I'm sure. Particularly coming off the injury when he was in critical condition. He had told me, he said, I'm still going to be an All-American. And to make that statement, it's hard to be an All-American if you're 100% healthy and you have everything going right.
As a senior, Francis returned to his 142-pound weight class and placed 5th at the Keystone Classic at the University of Pennsylvania. He then placed 3rd at the prestigious Sheridan Invitational at Lehigh and 3rd again at the Matttown USA meet at Lock Haven. He went 13-4 in dual meets, helping Ryder beat out such teams as Ohio State, Eastern Michigan, 14th-ranked Lock Haven, 21st-ranked Cornell, Army, and Navy. At Nationals, he defeated Casey Cunningham of Central Michigan 5-2. Cunningham went on to be the NCAA national champion the following year. Francis then defeated Brad Fensky of Army 3-2 before losing to All-American Roger Chandler of Indiana. But again, Francis was not done. He came back to defeat All-American Tom Tomeo of Clarion 2-0 to earn All-America honors. Dunn's accomplishments, not only on the mat but in the practice room as a team leader, helped the Ryder wrestling team receive a national ranking of 7th in the nation, ahead of such wrestling powers as Iowa State, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Michigan State, and Michigan. Upon graduation, Francis was inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame New Jersey chapter.
He got inducted in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame because for the badge of honor, badge of courage. That's something I would love to be able to say I'm in the Hall of Fame, but I'm not. But he deserves it more than I do because he had to go through a lot more than I did. You know, I never suffered a serious injury. So I have the utmost respect for the kid, for what he endured to come back. So it really comes down to heart. It really does. Heart and desire, it really defined Francis Dunn tremendously.
I really want people to know that if they remember Francis, they're going to remember that that kid had a spirit and a will like no other. And he was inspiring to all of us. And the coaches, his family, they have a lot to be proud of for who he is. And I really hope that he enjoys this day because he sincerely deserves it.
He has been recognized by the National Wrestling Hall of Fame in Oklahoma and has been inducted into that because of the way he fought back. So his fighting spirit, he's a gentleman. He developed and matured into a great young man, and he just took it right into the business world and his family and everything else. So I'm proud of him on a whole lot of levels.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the Ryder University Athletics Hall of Fame, Francis Dunn.